Hello everybody, and happy December. I'm Jillian here for Illustrated Faith, and today I want to share an Advent Bible journaling page with you. I've got my interleaved journaling Bible opened to Romans 15, and I've put my Bible mat underneath my page because I'm going to get really messy today. I've been working through Brave Little Taylor's Unprecedented Advent devotional card series and loving it. And so for today, I want to do kind of like a summary page here in Romans 15 about what I've learned about hope this last week. So I'll be pulling bits from the Advent kit that Illustrated Faith offered last month. The physical kit, this box, is currently sold out, but the digital ephemera is available in the Print and Pray shop if you guys want to check that out. But this is a really fun project to go ahead and shop your stash and pull those little bits and treasures that you've kind of been holding on to since last Christmas and using those. So I went over to my paint shelf with the title card from the Unprecedented Advent set, and I color matched as best I could paints that I already have. And I'm going to be using acrylic paint today for my base, and then maybe some neo colors for some smudgy layers on top. So I have my paint palette here because I'm going to try and mix a little paint later to get this really pretty like greenish color. So let's go ahead and get started and get some paint down. So I knew that I primarily wanted the background of this page to be a mixture of pinks and reds, and so I'm going to use a few of the Target Handmade Modern acrylic paints here, watered down just a little bit. This sherbet colored one is super dried out, so I had to add a bunch of water, but I wanted to get it to a place where I could blend it easily. So I started with the sherbet color and then moved in with this cherry blossom color and just kind of swiped that all over the page, and then I went in and added this candy apple red color. And in the end, you can see that there are brush strokes. I went up and down and horizontal, and I really like that it looks messy. And then towards the end here, I just took the end of my paintbrush, dipped it in the paint pot, and then swiped that onto my page. So that's my first layer, super messy, super easy, and then I'm going to hit that with my heat tool just for a minute and then go in with this gold color shine from Heidi Swapp. I don't know that this particular product is available anymore, but you could get the same effect with like a metallic watercolor. That would be really pretty too. So I'm going to set that aside to let that dry naturally the rest of the way and get to my title. So I'm using the big, huge Story Alpha stamps along with some more acrylic paint and a piece of patterned paper that's from the Hey Santa collection from Crate Paper. Originally, or typically, I would stamp this on just some scrap white cardstock, but I wanted to be a little extra today, and so I thought it would be really fun to have the stars peeking out from underneath all of these paint layers. So I'm trying to get a good color match for this green color here, and it took me a while. I ended up having to bring in a darker, more yellow green and a blue until I got it to where it was like good enough. So I'm using the like block stamp that's included with this stamp set to make these look like they're tiled. So I'm stamping the block with this robin's egg acrylic paint. I'm just putting the paintbrush on my stamp. Sorry, it was out of frame and you couldn't see it there. And then I stamped the darker green on top of each one of those robin's egg squares. And then once they were dry enough, I cut them out. And I'm ready to go with my title. Next, I grabbed my little berry box of Advent pieces, and I don't know about you guys if you got the kit, if you are waiting each day to open each envelope or you're just looking through all of them as soon as you get it like I did. I'm only going to go through day 5 here, so if you're like, no spoilers, I'm not going to open anything past day 5. So I have some leftovers like the sticker sheet from day 1, and then I had decided to use the tag, these 2 sheets of vellum, and I really wanted to use that red and white ribbon, but it didn't make it on the page today. So now that I have an idea of what I want to put where, I'm going to go in with my next layer, and I'm going to dip these Neo Color 2 water-soluble crayons into some water and then just put some like little crosses on my page in this red color so they really pop from the background. I'll put some in the bottom corner here too. I like to dip these in water so they're less chalky and more like watercolory. Next, I'm going to take this really fun washi that came with the Advent kit and put just a few strips of that down, especially where I know I want my title to live. And then I went in with Elaine's hand-cut trinket stamp set and some StazOn jet black ink and stamped that in a few places around the page. Then I layered my tag on top of the vellum, and I'm going to layer my stamped tile alphas on top of those. And then I ended up covering up the washi entirely, so I'm going to put a couple more pieces down because I definitely want to have that peeking from underneath these layers. And then I looked to Taylor's print and pray set that coordinates with her Unprecedented Advent cards and put this little label underneath my title to contain a little bit more journaling. I'm going to put those star stickers around, and then I have the labels from the Word Nerd kit kind of hanging out on my desk staring at me, and so I pulled the pink and the red and layered those kind of as like a resting spot for the rest of my title. So it reads, Jesus is our hope. Now I'm checking to see if my paint is dry. It's dry enough, and I'm going to take this Zig pen, which is like specifically for writing over messy stuff like this so that I don't tear up the nib of a different pen, and get my journaling down. But I made a mistake, and I'm trying to figure out here how to cover it up. So there were a couple words that I wrote that I didn't really want there, like kind of repeated my title unintentionally. So I just scooched that label up a bit, and then I decided to add one more of these asterisk stamps from Elaine's hand-cut trinket stamp set. I added a gold star from the kit, like the gold star confetti that was included, and then added a date stamp, and that's it. So I've been loving the Unprecedented Advent cards, and in my journaling just quickly kind of like summarized everything that I've learned and taken away from this first week. And it's that hope is a weight. It's not passing or passive, it's living, because Jesus is our hope and he does not disappoint. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in any of the supplies I used, I'll have them linked down in the video description below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.